Everyone's. We are back live at 4:30 once again. What we live back with, baby?
Is my point valid?
Is it valid?
It's valid.
I think so too.
It's valid.
And I ain't even heard it yet. But my name is Brandon D. Stocker.
And I am Camille A. Stocker.
And today, before we get into the topic, baby, what you know good?
What you know good?
What you know good?
What you know good?
Yeah.
What you know good? We made it.
Yes, we have.
Through.
We have made it.
The snow.
And with that, that goes right into our topic of discussion today. And let the people know what we're going to talk about today.
Stop the madness.
Say.
We're going to stop the madness.
Stop the madness.
Yes.
The last couple of weeks, or what is it? It has been a week?
It's been, today marks.
A week?
Yeah.
It's been a week. It seemed like it's been about a month. But I guess that was COVID before we ran into this. But for everybody who is not in Houston, Texas, or in the surrounding areas, we came through the coldest of winter colds I've ever experienced in my life.
Yes.
Yes. No electricity.
No electricity.
I feel like everything was cold. I had all my clothes on. There wasn't nothing in the closet. I had to put on all my clothes. But we are on the other side of it, and we're just going to talk about a little bit of what's going on, what happened, how it happened, people who are dealing with house issues from busted pipes and things like that. Because if you don't know, I'm a plumber, so I've been out here helping people out with different things.
Mm-hmm.
But how you want to get started, baby?
I don't know. I don't know, y'all. The past week has been crazy, and it has put me in somewhat of a weird mental space because of what occurred.
Be more specific for the people who don't.
Yeah. Really, you had this anticipation of, you knew that that snow was coming.
Mm-hmm.
We knew it was gonna ice. We knew that part. The part we did not know was that they were gonna have rolling outages. Of course, there was a possibility of pipes freezing, but when you have millions of people,
mm-hmm.
not a couple of hundred, but when you have millions of people,
millions
of homeowners, renters,
mm-hmm.
But the thing that has just really triggered me was no power.
No power. And it wasn't because there wasn't any power. Or matter of fact, it was because of that. But I was having a conversation with someone, and we were talking about how the question of if we had something like this going on was brought up to the people who are over the power. And I don't want to mention no names, but the conversation was brought up, and they was like, yeah, we got this. Don't even worry about it. We got y'all. We got enough power for everybody. And as soon as everything hit, it's like, I need to take power from some people to give it to others. I need to, basically it's robbing Peter to pay Paul. Is what they was doing with the electricity.
Mm-hmm. And then the crazy part about it is, I've seen the name. If y'all know who we're talking about, we've seen the name.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't never pay attention to the name.
No, because we didn't think it affected us.
Right. And then you see who's regulating.
Mm-hmm.
Regulators.
I'm trying to mount up.
Mount up.
They done mounted up.
They mounted up on us.
Yes.
And so that's my issue. And so now it's been revealed to us. It's been shown to us. And so my biggest question now is, are we changing it? Are we changing it? Are we going to not have this happen again, because look at this. There could be, and then I'm not even saying that this is a natural disaster, because it is not. This is a man-made disaster. Man chose to turn your power off. Man chose to do that.
The freeze didn't do it.
The freeze didn't do it.
The demand of people being at home, and they know when people being at home is what triggered them to do what they've done.
And place and not take the blame. The blame has been placed on everyone else except for where the blame needs to be. And like I'm saying, we're a week into. And mind you, on last Monday, what was that? February 15th. We went into it thinking, okay, we're gonna have heat. We're gonna watch movies. It's a snow day for the girls. This is what it's gonna be. I'm gonna make some chili. The next day I'm gonna make some soup. These are the things in my brain that are like, okay, snow is coming. Because we in Texas, we don't get snow. We get cold.
The snow is all fun and games
until
they turn your power off.
Man,
Lord have mercy.
And so Monday, we made it through. But I didn't realize that while we were shooting our show on Monday,
there was people
who did not have power. Yeah. I didn't know. And then you go into it and people saying, well, it's Monday and I still don't have power.
That's 7 days worth of no power.
No, I'm talking about from Sunday to, but people still don't have. Yeah. Some people still don't. And then you go into Tuesday where we wake up and there's no power.
No power.
And it was like, oh.
And it's colder inside than it is outside.
And then we making it work on Tuesday. And then Wednesday night, our lights come back on for 4 hours. But it came on at a time when the girls were asleep. So they couldn't benefit.
They didn't even know it was on.
They couldn't benefit off of it. So that's Wednesday. So then Wednesday, all of Wednesday, we didn't have any power. No. And I know, and I'm saying ours was coming on and off. I know there are some people who did not have
all the way through.
Cold.
Yeah.
Cold. And it was like, it didn't really hit me until Friday when I sat on the couch. There goes the couch.
Sat on the couch.
When I sat on the couch
and colored.
And it and it hit me though that, oh, this has really hit a lot of people. It really hit a lot of people. And I had to Google it to make sure, because I didn't want to say the wrong stuff. I needed to have a valid point. 69 deaths, 44 hours of freezing, $18 billion in damage.
And that's not to mention the people who died from carbon monoxide.
Right.
Because they thought it was a good idea.
They were trying to keep warm.
I know it. But
they were trying to keep warm.
Please, people, do not don't fire up your barbecue grill in the house.
No.
That's gonna have everybody in the house passed out before you know it. You ain't gonna know what's going on. It's just gonna be ugly for everybody. So yeah, a lot of people died from actually trying to stay warm.
It wasn't even hypothermia. You had the older people who were in their homes having that same anticipation of, I'm having my heat, I'm gonna have my TV, I'm chilling. And I think that was Wednesday. Yes, it was Wednesday when I had stepped out to see if you had come back yet, because preserving your phone and all that. And one of our neighbors was outside and she was sweeping, trying to get the snow off, and she was like, how did you get the snow? And I was like, ma'am, it didn't make it here, right? And so then the neighbor in front of us, she comes out and she starts chatting with us. And well, the first lady, she stays by herself. So when she's talking to me, she was just like, I got it. Her foot's broken, y'all. She's like, I gotta get across the street to get my money, to get my check. And I was like thinking, oh man, she doesn't have, a direct deposit. Her foot's broken. She got to go down these steps. There's ice on the steps. All this is like going through my brain. And once again, it was like my mind wasn't going there because in our home, although it was cold, we were okay.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then she was so worried. And when she said, what she also told me, she said 106 people called in to Walmart. That's where she works. She works at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, you think I would have called in?
They know what's going on out here. You watching the same news I'm watching. You riding on these same roads I'm on.
You think
you the fool for going in and expecting me to call in? Huh?
And then the other neighbor was like, I'm one of them people. But I'm like, then that went into like job security and all this. There's no power, but they wanted you to come in for a big corporation
to keep them going.
And
so
they're going.
So I'm cold. Peep this. I'm cold. You want me to come leave out my house? I'm already cold. Go into the cold to come to your establishment. Okay, you gonna send me an Uber? You gonna send somebody over here?
No, because I bet you Uber wasn't even out in the streets.
They wasn't even out. That's my point. I'm staying at the house.
Man, y'all, a lot has just opened up my eyes because it's not even. I know people are thinking about, their pipes, thinking about I didn't have power. And I'm saying we made it, but that is a mental strain.
Yes, it is, especially if you have young children.
Yes.
Yeah. People who are children who don't understand what it is for the lights to go out. Or they ain't never experienced that cold. We Southerners have never experienced that kind of cold ever before. Ever. So for you to put a child in that situation and we're new to it, it was taxing.
It was because it was moments when I got on Facebook and I'm seeing and I was like, okay, let me preserve my battery, but I need to see what's happening. I need to see. And then you had people saying, I don't know how to keep my child warm. And it was like, huh?
That's your child.
But they didn't know how to keep them warm. Now, mind you, we got Ava and Isabel. They was jumping and
they was doing whatever
they needed to do. Yeah. And I would shoot because normally they cannot run. But if you need
survival mode right now,
and that's what we were.
So they were in all that.
It was survival mode for all of us. And I was so happy to where we had enough snacks. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't. It was. I mean, it's food. We
were prepared without being prepared.
Yeah, we were definitely prepared.
Yeah,
and I didn't care if it was 7:00 in the morning and she wanted to eat some gummy bears. Yeah. Go ahead. Because I don't know what else to do. And I know everybody felt that they didn't know what else to do. And then I look at it as was it Wednesday? Yeah, it was. I'm trying to think of the days. The days are all mushed up. They all mushed up.
I just know it was 1 week worth of trauma.
Basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. It was a week full of trauma. And then our government says we're back to normal. How?
Who is?
How we back?
When we got there?
How we back? Let me know because I've seen it. And then you have to think about, here's what I was thinking about, the parents who in the schools and the teachers and all that, right? They've just gotten into the routine of, okay, I know how to work this. Now we have this man-made disaster, because I'm gonna keep saying it's a man-made disaster. This was not anything natural.
No, I wouldn't.
And then you have teachers who've experienced this, right? What about their mental? And then they have to, but they're not even.
We're back.
We're back.
We back.
Y'all.
Yeah. We right back. We back.
I'm outraged, and I'm not just talking about teachers or and well, it is, and students, but also people who work at Walmart, people who work at Target, the plumbers.
Wow. Because y'all had to think about it. We're going through the same thing as everybody else. They're saying more than 70% of the houses in Houston, Texas, not Harris County, Houston, Texas, have busted pipes. I can tell you off of my knowing, there are about 7 Home Depots in that radius.
And they ain't got nothing.
Lowe's
ain't got nothing.
Ace Hardware ain't got nothing either.
Now I'm saying it was a man-made disaster. Now, when I say the man-made disaster, that goes for just the power, right? Now, with the snow, I can't even. But the weather is why.
Yeah.
The pipes. But the lights that was man.
Yeah.
Right. But back to the mental of it. And then I know the schools in our district, some of them are flooded. So kids cannot go to school again, because remember, when we were in the middle of a pandemic, it was everything online.
But we back.
But they're back. And so I just want to know, are people really, really thinking things through? Are these executive decisions really being thought through? Not just because for money, but for people's mental. I see people struggling before the ice hit because of a pandemic, of thinking. And then I can go back to teachers, because I know teachers personally, of thinking, I don't know where this child has been, and I'm coming in contact every day. I'm putting my life in danger.
Yeah. And I'm taking that back home to my people.
And so I don't know everybody's situation, but you've sat in darkness.
Yes.
And then we're talking no water, but you weren't able to bathe. Flush your toilet. When water did come, you had to go do something as quickly as possible, because you didn't know when your power was going to be shut back off.
I'm going to tell you when all right, so our power came back on. I don't remember the days, but I know it was from 10 to about 2 o'clock. From 10 to 2, I was up. Heating that chili up that you had made, heating the water. I was up doing what I needed to do, because I didn't know when it was going to go back off. And lo and behold, at 2 o'clock, it went right back off. And I'm glad I did all them things that I did, because I would have been highly upset thinking that it was going to last. I even tried to take a shower, but the water wasn't hot enough at that time.
I didn't get up. I didn't even try, because I'm like, it's no point in me getting up for this. And at that time, I didn't know, right? But it was just like, this is pointless. And then when it finally did come on, I guess that was Thursday, when it did fully come on, I was sitting there ready for it to go back off. Anticipating it. Like, and telling the girls,
I don't know, you better enjoy it, because I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, mind you, it was no ice outside.
I don't know. Like, y'all, it messed with my mental. I
went into survival mode. I was trying to find some charcoal, something to start a fire somewhere. So,
I mean, we could talk about that. We had to become the innovative stock.
Some cavemen. Straight up.
We did. We had to find it. And the crazy thing about it is, when we began to be innovative, Then our lights came back on, and that's when I was like, they came on at like 1:20 something on that Thursday, and I was like, okay, we got a couple hours, girls. Let's take a shower. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this, and then but it stayed on. But it was just like, this is wild. So I want to know, because I saw a lot of posts about we need new management with the higher ups. We need new management. But with that new management, we have, because you can't change the new management until 2022. How are we not going to make this mistake again? Because what I'm saying is, we're voting these people in, and we keep picking between two specific parties, and we acting like, and I'm saying acting, not acting, we're acting like there aren't other parties that we can choose from. Other people, other options. Yeah. Because
I think it's all hype. People and this is for me too. People really don't want to do their research on the people
that part
who are out there. So they go for who they see on the TV the most.
Who do you see the most? Who is saying what I want to hear? And they're all gonna say what you want to hear on TV.
Exactly. That's what they do. That's what they pay to do. That's where they get money from. All them endorsements and stuff. That's where they come from. Yeah. People telling you what you need. They want you to hear.
Yeah. And then the crazy part is, like I was telling you this morning, we the people. They're supposed to work for us. They're supposed to work for us.
I don't feel like a boss right now.
We're the bosses. Have you ever thought about that? We are the bosses.
Y'all feeling like bosses right now?
I don't feel like no boss. I feel like the employee when they are the employees. They are supposed to work for us and make sure that we are good, because don't we pay taxes as well?
Yes, we do.
What they doing with it?
Those are government salaries is what we paying.
What the whole thing doing?
Where my money going?
Then I could say they turn off our lights, but that's not even a part of
the government.
That's
a whole nother entity
of management.
Yes, goodness.
So
it starts with management.
And I feel like, this is my opinion, right? I feel like everybody should be outraged. I feel like we cannot sit back and be like, this is okay, because it's not okay.
I don't think so.
It's not okay. We need to, like you were saying, do our research. We have to research. We have to get into these people, what they represent, what they will do for us. We're voting.
And then once we get them in there,
make them work.
Make they ass work.
Make them work. Don't say, I voted you in, now you. Nope.
No.
We didn't. And I used to think that.
Yeah.
I definitely used to think that. Okay, I voted.
They're going to do what they say.
Did my part.
They're not.
We need to put our foot on their necks and make them do what we need them to do. Not what they want to do.
Straight up.
That's not how it works.
What they want to do does not benefit us.
It's not how it works.
At all.
And that's what's been going on for years. So I'm upset. I'm mad. And I wish, I wish that all this didn't happen.
But it is what it is. It's here.
But it happened to open our eyes, because we've been walking around blindfolded for so long. Let me take your hand. You got my hand. I'm just gonna follow you. There can be no more. That's just me, because I'm about to figure out what I need to do. I'm just not about to talk about it. I'm about to figure out what I need to do to make that change, because we don't need to change. You're looking like we don't need change.
Yeah, we need change. We need something.
We need something, because can you say, is it bigger than us?
Absolutely.
It's bigger than us.
Absolutely.
It's bigger than us because and it is bigger than us because our children's children, we're supposed to be leaving something great, grand. We are supposed to be the greatest country.
Yeah.
You get it? We're supposed to be the greatest.
Yeah.
And it don't feel great. It doesn't feel great to wake up in cold. It doesn't feel great It doesn't feel great.
Not at all.
Because you remember, when was it? On Friday, I called you and I was like, Brandon, I want to do something. I want to go to every store and try and find water so that I could just go place. I didn't want to knock on anybody's door. I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to go to stores, find water, buy as much water as I could get, but I knew it wasn't possible. I was sitting, they was regulating. Mm-hmm. I was wishful thinking, but I knew they were regulating. And then once I opened my phone and I saw all these distribution waters, and I was like,
the mayor and Trey,
like, hallelujah, right? Mm-hmm. Because it was necessary. But my question is, I have another question. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was about to say, we always run to the fire after it's already started.
That's what I was just about to ask. Why are we not ready? Why are we never ready?
We always wait till the fire gets started, then we want to come with the extinguishers.
Why are we never ready? We gotta. It's a mess.
Yes, goodness.
And I know everybody's experience is not like ours.
A lot of people have it a whole lot worse than what we had it.
Yes.
I know. I ran across a guy today. He was saying his water ain't been off in the last 5 days. So just imagine how many times they went to the bathroom in the last 5 days, and it's still there at that house, in the house that they sleeping in. It's hard out here.
And then, you know, you just saying that, then something clicked. We talk about people in third world countries and this and that, and
we can be reduced to a third world country. Y'all keep playing. Y'all felt it. We felt it. So
it was felt, and management didn't feel it. Management was able to fly high in the sky,
right on top of
and then come back when
the sun's shining.
No, management was able to come back when people were saying things.
Oh yeah, they felt some type of way.
And not it, but it's too late. You knew we needed you. you knew we needed you. But what do we need? We need a change. We need a change.
Absolutely.
And I feel, once again, I just feel like you should be outraged. We should push for that change. Also a change for seeing if people are okay, your psyche, where you're at.
Like I always say, check on your people.
Check on your people.
Especially right now. They may tell you you may think they are right because you are right, but if you ain't where they at, you don't know what they're going through. So check on your people.
Yeah, because that was, like I was saying, it did something to me mentally where I was like, during that whole thing, and I'm saying we didn't have it bad like everyone else.
No.
But I had to be strong for 2 little girls. I had to keep my head
mentally
up.
And physically.
Had to keep my head up and be like, all right, y'all want to do this? You want to do that? I had to laugh. I had to be
active. You can't just lay down. Yeah.
Are y'all all right? I'm watching them, in your brain, they sleep, but I'm watching them. Are they all right?
Put your finger under their nose, feel their chest, make sure they're still breathing.
Y'all warm? We're okay. But they're telling me they're okay, but it's like, are they okay?
Are they really okay?
Are you really okay? It was different, and it's something that I don't wish on anybody else. It's something that I don't want to go through again.
Yes, goodness. And I know for the mental part of it, if there is anyone dealing with those issues, shout out to our sponsor of this month, Miss Lisa Renee. She has our course going on. It's a 6 weeks course, and it's going to be focusing on 3 topics. That's going to be self-talk, meditation, and reshaping your thoughts. And if that's something that you need, something you look forward to getting, please holler at her. Space is limited at IamLisaRenee.com. Back to the conversation.
What we got? What else we got?
Speaking of the water situation and everybody with their busted pipes, I just want to let everyone know from a plumber's perspective that this is it's going to be a while that we're going to be dealing with this.
Yeah, it's not going to just
yeah. Because one thing we have to realize that the supply was a lot higher than the demand. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of stuff being taken out of the stores and a lot of stuff that wasn't being brought back into the stores. So no, I mean from people buying. I ain't talking about taking. I ain't talking about stealing, but I'm sure that's going on as well. And another thing I'm gonna mention, but back to what I was saying, yeah, there are the parts. Everyone needs the same parts from here to doggone Alabama. Mm-hmm. We all need the same parts, and I'm sure these manufacturing companies, they weren't ready for this, just like we weren't ready for it. So it's gonna take them some time to get these parts back replenished to all of these many states. Mm-hmm. So please be very, I know it's hard, but be patient with your plumbers. They're out here doing what they can with what they have. In most cases, the bigger companies have taken a lot of the supply. So what I would be doing right now is I had a conversation with a plumber friend of mine today, and I was telling him I'd be calling and getting on everybody's waiting list. Everybody out there, mm-hmm. I'm gonna get on everybody's waiting list, so I know somebody's gonna come. So that's just me.
So what do they do in the meantime?
In the meantime,
yeah. What other, as a plumber, what other options are there for people who have to wait?
I hope you got some great neighbors that will let you fill up a bucket here or there. And as far as the shower, that's going to be hard because I know people like hot showers. So the hot water is going to be hard. But as far as flushing your toilet, what I would do was ask a neighbor to let me fill up a couple of buckets or something just to get that waste down, because you don't want to just sit in there, because that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I want people to be very aware and check these people's credentials when they're coming to your house, because people are pulling up. And they are saying things and doing things that they are misrepresenting whatever it is that they're coming to you about. So people are being robbed. People are being got for their money. People are writing bad checks to plumbers
just because they need
their stuff fixed. So on the plumber side and from a consumer side, it's like we both need to be on the lookout for all of these things, because it's scammer season.
Especially during a time like this.
Exactly. People are vulnerable. People are very vulnerable, and they're willing to do what it takes to get their stuff done, and people know this.
Yeah.
So just if you're hiring someone, make sure they have their credentials, make sure everything is on the up and up. If they're a plumber, if you make sure they have their plumbing license, the plumbing board does a background checks of everything. So that'll be that extra security blanket. If they do have a plumbing license, you won't have to worry about their background, because that's what they do.
Okay.
But other than that, just it's gonna be some time. It's gonna take some time, because aside from the houses, you have apartment complexes.
Yes.
You have group homes, you have businesses, you have shopping centers, malls, you got schools, you have gas stations. All of these people are dealing with the same issues, and they all require the same parts.
This morning I saw it's a donut shop. It's a vegan donut shop. But they have been letting people come to the shop and like get stuff, like just giving, right?
Mhm.
And they came in this morning and water everywhere.
The pipe busted.
Yeah. They called, and I'm just reading the post, but they called everybody, and nobody could come out.
People
and
are
see
stopping
them.
people are actually stopping to answer their phone because it's like, I can't do there's nothing I can do right now. So, one more thing I want to mention about grocery stores.
Oh yes, y'all.
So,
careful.
If when the power goes out, if your refrigerator goes off, the refrigerator at the grocery store goes off as well.
Yeah.
So if your food went bad, that grocery store's food went bad as well.
Yeah.
So we need to be very vigilant about the food that we're picking up,
especially meat.
Especially meat.
Wait until you know.
They don't read up.
They read up.
Yeah.
Don't just.
You need to watch the truck when they pull it off.
Yeah, that is because I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Because I hate that I don't want to say this, but it may be a case of people getting bad meat.
Yeah.
Bad just all kind of bad stuff because it sat in the freezer that was hot.
So, okay, we're saying that. I don't know if you know, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know how we said Walmart was open. Were they on generators? Were their stuff still going? How?
Now, Walmart may have been, but I know I went in Target and their freezers weren't on. They even had them locked up to where people wasn't going in them.
When I went in this morning, everything frozen, like produce, everything
on that section,
on that in that section,
from frozen and produce
was gone.
Yeah.
It was like, you get some chips.
Yeah.
You can get this.
Now, some stores are being proactive and going ahead or throwing those things away, but you have to worry about those ones who aren't.
That's what I'm scared
about profits.
I was like, I didn't need
those profit hungry people are out here trying to sell what they can to get what they can about you. And that's them scammer season. Because
I just wondered that about Walmart, because I know their power was on, or from what we saw, or you saw.
Yeah, it was.
But then also with Target, though, their power was on.
Some of their power was on.
Okay.
I think they were on like backup stuff because they just had like floodlights on. They wasn't up and running because they only had a couple of I don't even. Yeah, they wasn't up and running completely.
My next question. Is it necessary for these stores to be open when it's something like this going on?
Absolutely. That could be. I had to think about that. Because if they're open, that's going to influence people to go out. But if they're not, then it's like, what are we going to do? Especially for the people who aren't prepared.
Right.
What am I going to do? Yeah,
is it like, is it necessary? I see, because it's like, is it necessary? Because if you think about it, I'm saying you went out. It wasn't necessary. I feel we had everything we needed. You just need to sit down. That's it. But
I had to go out there.
You had to get out. Like, no, I'm sit here. Okay.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was necessary. But like you said, for the people who did not have everything, for the people who went out, hold on, let me say, for the people who did go out and prepare, but they bought a whole bunch of meat.
How you gonna cook it?
They didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
That they were gonna be inside, or that the power was gonna be off. So they bought all this meat thinking, okay, but it's spoiled because
all that meat spoiled.
Because then for us, like we're saying the power was on from 10 to 2, but how long did, stuff?
I know, and I'm going to tell you like this. That short amount of time that the power was on, our house didn't heat up.
No.
So I'm sure our food didn't get back frozen.
That's true. I didn't think about it. Oh, that's true. You're right.
I mean, the little time, it was like a teaser. I mean, you don't even need to give me why. It did nothing. You just woke me up.
And so, the power's on.
The power's on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was unnecessary, uncalled for.
That's what else when we had, because we had went out because it was colder inside than outside.
Yes.
I'm gonna just say it like that. It felt better outside. It felt it felt way better. And during that time when I walked outside, because mind you, I had not been outside. When I walked outside, when Brandon had came in, he said, "There's people outside and their car is warming up," and I said, "What? You playing?"
Yeah. Nah, them people had their babies and everything.
And so when we went outside, I saw just the cars in our apartment complex on, and I was like, "Is this real?"
Yes, it is.
Is this real?
Absolutely.
And then you saw people just warming up, and then they go back into their apartments, and it was like,
yeah,
we in our cars, because mind you, we in our car too, trying to just warm up, just make sure the girls are warm. And Isabel saying, I feel better now. And so that means, ma'am, the whole time we've been inside, you ain't been telling me the truth, right?
You've been cold. You've been telling me you're all right, but you really cold.
You've been cold, right? And so it was like, you just looking at everything and seeing everything, and then thinking about people who were alone, people who did not have each other, and like, electricity, the electricity teaser, and not having anybody. That's why I felt for our neighbor, because she was just asking questions and just talking, and it wasn't because she's alone
by herself.
She said, I don't ever pray, but I asked God, if you turn my lights back on and just allow me to eat my soup. And she said, the lights came back on. She said, I warmed up my soup and ate it. And I'm like thinking, like, mind you, it's an older lady. You eating soup? That's not gonna fill you up.
That's not gonna get you. That's not gonna get the heat on your bones. You got some soup. Some chicken noodles, some Campbell's chicken noodle.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
You know, them little bitty pieces of stuff they be putting in them.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. She said, and I made it through. And she said, and then it went back off. And she said, I'm cold. And I was like,
goodness. Who you gonna hug up with? Who you gonna warm up to?
Vic said it was cold enough outside to keep your food.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Put it in the snow. I
seen the video where people was doing. They were putting their food out, their meat outside, and letting the atmosphere keep it frozen. So I did see that.
This is wild. I have to keep saying it's wild because I do have the words. I have some verbiage too. You know some verbiage I got, but
yes. Mind you, we're still in the pandemic. Keep your mask on. Social distance.
Isn't this crazy?
Yes. I want to know what's gonna be next.
We gonna pray that ain't gonna be nothing next.
Did man say the higher ups? They brewing up something right now.
Let's kick them in.
We ain't get them that time, man. Billy, we gotta get them.
He said, Billy,
we gotta get them, Billy.
No,
Billy. Man. He say they ain't fall this time, man. Say we gotta do something else. Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's wild. I was like, I don't have the words. I don't have what's the other word? I don't have the answer. Why none of us have.
If we had the answer, we wouldn't be going through this. Right?
Not at all.
Lord have mercy. We just gonna continue to pray, because only one that can do something for this is the man up above
and overcome. But as we overcome this, we do need to once again research these people. Be knowledgeable about things that are going on in your community, in your city, in your state, all around. We need to be
your county
knowledgeable about what is going on. We need to start looking at who is regulating things, because looking at that map and seeing that, it's just Texas that is regulated, that's like mind blowing.
Yeah.
and it was like a certain part of Texas that was not regulated, so they still had their.
They say all the experts told Texas that they do not need to go on their own grid, and this is the reason why.
We would have been.
They want to be the lone. They want to be the Lone Rangers.
They the
Lone Star State.
Everything is bigger in Texas. So yeah, that was big, and then
we had Big Cold.
Yeah,
Big Cold.
And then you had people who I don't think I'm gonna get. I always like to give people benefit of the doubt, but it irked me. It irked my nerves because they were talking bad, and it was like, hold on, you.
People who ain't in Texas, who ain't dealing with what we're dealing with.
People who were used to this type of weather. Yeah. Okay, you're used to this, but let me see if your power go out and you be all right.
So up north, their houses are built for this.
They're built for
this.
Their
electricity is ran for this.
Yes.
Their plumbing is installed for this.
Yes.
So yeah, this is the South. We are below or near the equator, if you don't know. So it's good. We need it hot. Yeah. All that. No, y'all can take that back. We don't want it no more. We don't want that 4-degree weather. We need stuff that's 75 and above. All of that 60 and below, that can go. You feel me?
I walked outside this morning. It was, I don't know, but I was like, oh, it feels good out here. Let me tell you. And it was so beautiful and the sun was shining. It was just
nothing happened.
Like nothing happened.
We back.
Nah, man. That's what they want us to say. They are back. They are back. It's like, look here. I know kids and already been out of school and already, but man, look here. Let them kids go on to the next grade.
I'm trying to tell you.
Let them teachers rest.
Let them go on.
Man, it's I don't have the words.
Lord have mercy.
I'm just it was a lot. It was. I know for us, we the people, it was
talk about the people.
It was a learning experience. And so I also saw a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I saw a couple of posts with people saying vote blue.
And I'm a victim of voting blue.
No, I'm saying people writing posts and then telling people to vote blue.
Oh.
Stop telling people who to vote for. Please. First off. Anyway, but my thing with that is, won't they? What's the change gonna be? Are you gonna hold them accountable too? Because they might be saying, even with any party, they might be saying the right thing, something that you want to hear. But are you going to hold these people accountable?
Yes, because they're saying a lot. I don't see them doing too much.
You have to hold these people accountable. You have to. We have to. And we have to stop thinking, like I said in the beginning, that there are just two parties. And I'm not telling anybody who to vote for. Whoever you vote for, that's who you vote for. I just hope that you research who it is that we are having run our city, our country, our state, because this wasn't right.
Yeah, see who pick up and run when the going get tough.
This wasn't right.
Yeah.
And we the people are picking up the stuff. We the people are always getting the breadcrumbs, but they're supposed to work for us.
Yeah.
They're not working for us the way we need them to work. I
need my boss status back.
Right?
Straight up.
Right? So yeah, this has just opened my eyes. Has it opened your eyes?
Yes, it has.
It has
opened my eyes to let me know that I need some firewood.
Oh, well, tell them about it.
Some water.
We had the water.
But I'm just saying, we could always use more. Firewood.
Tell them.
I did not know how important firewood.
We ain't never have to use it. We just said we just got done talking about. No, hold up now, because we just just finished talking about how we in the South.
Yeah, we don't use
fire. We don't use no firewood. I ain't lighting up no fireplace.
It ain't hot enough for that. I mean, it ain't
cold
enough for that.
Then when we needed it,
yes, it was like nowhere to be found. Now I know It was about 4 people on the corner up the street from my house selling wood. But as soon as I went up there, it was nobody on the corner selling wood.
They sold out.
Lord have mercy. I thought I had a win, but I didn't. And I'm gonna tell you, firewood is important.
Even if you don't think you need it, but you got a fireplace.
You better get some and put it in the corner somewhere.
Put it in the corner.
Put it outside in the yeah.
Don't let it get wet. Don't let it get dry.
Yeah,
we
but
needed
that fire.
that.
I'm trying to tell you, that firewood, boy. I was looking out the window and I seen these people chimney just smoking.
You got jealous.
I was hot. That boosted raised my temperature.
I knew you were because you stood there. Mind y'all, it's cold. So y'all know how old folks say, you letting in letting the cold in. Yeah. He was letting the cold in. Yeah. I didn't want to say nothing because he was gonna look back at me like I'm crazy. But he stood there and looked at them people's chimney, and I'm like, he letting his cold in.
They was 3 days strong with the chimney smoke. I know it felt good in there. So that
and the way you was looking, I'm like, Brandon might go ask these people for.
I was thinking about it.
I knew it.
I was sure thinking about it.
I knew it.
Yeah, but them last 4 stairs down there was pretty icy, and I almost lost it last time I went down.
Somebody came out and almost slipped. I thought it was you.
Nah,
because somebody. Wait, I think Ava laughed. Now, hey, don't laugh too hard now.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. You going? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, was there any? We talked about the horrible.
The horrible. Was there any?
Was there any good in
bright
it?
Things?
Was there any good in it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, just like the pandemic, if it didn't bring you closer, it tore you apart.
This dude here. This guy.
You got one or two things. You either got closer or you got torn apart. And that's what this did, just like the pandemic. And I think it brought us closer. What you think?
Yeah.
When
you have to be in a room with all of us, because normally, and that's why on Friday morning, or was it? Yeah, it was Friday morning. Because look, this is how crazy it was that I thought the lights were going to get cut off. I woke up at 5 and I was like, let me go ahead and make this soup. And then let me put it in the crock pot so it can be warm. It was 5 in the morning. I got up and made that soup, right? And then the power never went out. But then I was just so like glad. And I was like, well, I'm going to sit here on my phone, be by myself, because I done been with them.
All this time.
I need
a break.
Peace. And then here you come. You all right, man? Leave me alone. Just give me.
I gotta make sure you're all right.
Just give me some time.
You gotta be all right.
So, but yeah, I guess when you're in a room, and it was a warm room because we had to think about it.
We turned our room into Fort Stocker.
Fort Stocker.
Yes, goodness.
And I wonder, with all of this, of course we're gonna remember, but now the girls have went through a pandemic. They've went through a disaster, and and the thing about it is they have smiled through
the whole thing,
everything. They have been like, I'm okay. And I feel like they feel that they're okay because mommy and daddy are okay. And they know that mommy and daddy are going to hold them down and make sure that I'm like, you all right? You okay? I'm pretty sure if they weren't okay that they would say they weren't okay, but
just got to make sure.
You have to make sure.
Yes, goodness.
You do have to make sure. And just seeing that we made it through, and I'm saying that in a way of we made it through, but then there's people who did not, who thought that this was just going to be some snow and then they were going to see the next day, but they didn't, and so that's what's been kind of weighing heavy on me, because then you also have their family members who are thinking, might have said, I'm gonna see them tomorrow, I'm gonna see you this weekend,
and you just never know.
And because of this situation, that is not what it is. And so I am grateful,
absolutely,
that looking every time we walk by, looking at our thermostat, that it never got low. Like, it got low, but it was never below a certain amount. and that we were able to keep warm,
mm-hmm.
that we were able to keep trucking, keep going. And just once again, I would like us and everyone else to start doing research, to really take this seriously, to not sweep it under the rug, because this is something that can't be swept under the rug.
Something's got to change.
This is something I bet that they will put in history books along with the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But the story needs to be told correctly. And we each need to tell our stories about what happened, how it happened. Well, we know how it happened, but what happened. And we also need to let it be known that it's okay not to be okay during this time.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel the way you feel, because I didn't think it was okay for me to feel the way I felt, because I was like, I didn't go through nothing.
Yeah.
But I did. Like, I can't think that way. And I was thinking like, well, these people need it more than I do. And I still feel like that. I won't,
Yeah, there's a lot of people out here feeling a certain type of way. I had a lady call, we were texting, but she had a bus at one of her tenant's house, one of her rental properties, and she was like, well, I want to get somebody over here because I don't want to feel like a slumlord. And I was like, you waiting just like everybody else waiting.
And it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
She talking about her anxiety is through the roof. I'm like, breathe, because there's nothing we can do. I mean,
and that's the crazy part. Just you have to stop and you have to breathe, because just like yesterday, I think I was getting in my feelings, and you were like, "Nope, get up." And I'm like, I don't want to get up. I want to sit here.
We're going outside.
You need to see outside. And it was because I was just trying to figure things out. I was trying to figure it out in ways of I was trying to figure it out. But then I had to realize that, hey, say something, right? Because today I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to overlook this and act as if it did not.
Oh, it happened.
It happened.
Yes.
It happened. It happened. And so that's why I'm saying, if you feel the type of way, it's okay.
It's okay.
If you got to scream, then shoot. Go ahead and scream.
Find your pillow. Scream into your pillow.
Talk.
Ain't nobody gonna hear it.
But talk about it and let people know that you're not all right. Because this is a time, because we're saying it's a pandemic. People are still stressing over that. You don't know. You're trying to social distance and all this other stuff. And so if little old me can tell you, it's all right.
It's all right.
It's okay.
It's okay.
And it's going to be okay, because we made it.
Yeah. This making us stronger for whatever is next.
Whew. I hope ain't nothing.
And we pretty strong right now.
It's just February. It's the second month.
I'm
Lord,
trying to tell you.
It's the second month. We about to
be
in March. We gonna march our way into April and then see
nothing. Up, just like the whole crowd when the crowd come marching in. But we are here. We have made it through another hard time. Is what we're gonna call it.
And we've also made it through another episode of It's My Point Valley.
I'm trying to told you.
Hey.
Yeah. So we want to thank everyone who came through, tuned in with us. Make sure you come back every Monday from 4:30 to 5:30. We are here live, but you can catch us on all of your podcast platforms. Yes, that's all of them. You just go on there. It's My Point Valley. We on there. But yes. Thank you for everybody who tuned in, and we'll see y'all next Monday.
Bye.
See y'all later. All right.